Since 2024 is a few days away, I made a community post asking you guys what updates you want to see next year, and there were a lot of good responses. So today I am going over 15 updates Bloxburg should add in 2024. Before the video starts, thank you for 102,000 subscribers. The next goal is 110,000, so if you want to help out, I would really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's start off with the first update. I've said this before in previous videos, and I've also seen it in pretty much every Bloxburg related conversation. We should get a school. There are so many possibilities with a school, such as a new teacher job, a new way to get your intelligence skill up, and overall just a new building for players to use. The teacher job could be grading tests and handing them back to students. It could also be standing in front of the classroom and answering questions that NPCs would make up. This job could be made in many different ways. You could also increase your intelligence by learning in a math class, your painting skill could increase in an art class, writing could increase in an English class, and the 2 unused skills could also get incorporated, which transitions us to the second update, which is introducing a way to use the crafting and programming skills. If a school comes to Bloxburg, crafting could be a good skill to add in the art class or maybe some other class, and for programming, that could be used in a computer class. Since people making Bloxburg are also programmers, they would probably know how to make it simple and realistic. Moving on, update number 3 is adding more plants to the game. We already have a lot of plants, but there's a ton of opportunity to add more. Giving more options to builders would mean everyone's landscaping would be a lot more unique. It would also give more of a reason to level up your gardening skill. Something that could go well with new plants is adding more to the forest. I don't know if you would consider the map trees a forest, but adding more decorations such as rocks, bushes, and plants could make the map look a lot better. It would just have to be done in certain parts of the map, because adding tons of plants would probably make performance a lot worse. The town already looks pretty good, but since many of the buildings are already getting revamped, they might as well do more of them. The buildings they have revamped are way more interactive, so as more buildings get revamped, there will hopefully be a lot more people in the town. The only thing I hope they don't touch is Pizza Planet, because it's iconic. They could add more detail to the sides and the back of the building, but the yellow ring has to stay. Talking about revamps leads us to number 6, which is revamping the campsite. Instead of just having tents, maybe log cabins and the newer build mode tents could be added. Outdoor tables, lanterns, and fruit baskets could be put there too. Adding more plants from update 3 could also help out with this location. Rocks, bushes, and a variety of trees could be added, which would hopefully give players a reason to go to the top corner of the map. Something you can never go wrong with is adding more foods. A lot of people like to use them as decoration in their builds, so having a variety of foods will give people more options. It's also nice for people that make cafes or any kind of food related build. Number 8 is adding a sports car or supercar to Bloxburg. The only sports car that is currently in the game is the Bloxus TS, which is just a Miata. So maybe another sports car could be a Corvette or a Mustang or a Camaro. A Ferrari or Lamborghini could look cool if they decided to add a supercar, but most of Bloxburg's vehicles are round, and newer supercars usually aren't round, so I'm not sure about those. Number 9 is the ability to put windows on your roof. In other words, being able to use the windows we have in game as skylights. If you want to make a skylight today, you will have to make a custom roof and use basic shapes to build the skylight. But if we had the ability to put windows on our roof, that would make the process cheaper and a lot faster. It would also make skylights possible for non-Game Pass players. Since we're talking about build mode, number 10 is being able to change decals in build mode. If you want to change decals today, you have to get out of build mode, go to the decal, then change it. This can be annoying for decals that are difficult to reach, so a solution could be skipping that entire process and just changing it while you're in build mode. Number 11 is adding a foundation tool. If you want an elevated balcony, you have to either use basic shapes or put a flat roof in the basement, but with a foundation tool, you could build a foundation and put your house on top of it. The only issue that could come from this is wall height. If the walls snap to the raised foundation, they will go through part of the second floor, which means you wouldn't be able to use all 5 floors. So it would definitely be a bit difficult to implement, but it would be pretty cool if the developers found a way. Number 12 is revamping the unused jobs. If you go to a public server, you will probably notice that the only 2 jobs people work are pizza delivery and the fast food worker. Before Bloxy Burgers was renovated, majority of the players worked at pizza delivery, but now that the fast food worker job is out, a lot of people changed their jobs. So if Bloxburg renovates 2 or 3 more jobs, tons of people would start working at the less popular locations. It would also make working a lot more enjoyable because we get something new. If you have ever used these adjustments on your roof, you have probably messed up only to realize that you have to undo your roof, redo the placement, and try the adjustments again. That can get repetitive and annoying, especially if you aren't that good at guessing. A good solution would be adding the ability to edit your adjustments after you placed your roof. That would make fine-tuning multiple roofs at once a lot easier. Number 14 is performance improvements. I don't know if it's just me, but recently I've been noticing a lot more lag than I used to get. A good example of this is turning on TVs or changing channels. Even if I cycle through them multiple times, my game still freezes for a second. I think a reasonable update could be major performance fixes, because I'd sacrifice a month worth of updates to make the game run smoother. And finally, number 15 is adding small animals. What I mean by this is caged animals like fish or birds or hamsters. You can buy them from build mode and put them on your plot. You could then have the options to feed them or take them out and hold them, unless it's a fish. And that is 15 updates that Bloxburg should add in 2024. Make sure to comment your favorite update or anything you would like to see Bloxburg add. If you haven't already, go follow me on Twitter. I will be announcing some big events in the next few weeks, so make sure you have my notifications on for that. Also, if you could subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to stick around for future videos.